Buc-ee's is a place unlike any other, with more than 100 gas pumps, a whole wall full of jerky, and endless amounts of kitschy merchandise. It's a grocery store-sized gas station where a cartoon beaver is king.
Literally anything that can be branded with the beaver mascot will be branded with the beaver mascot.
This travel center on steroids now has more than 50 locations across the U.S., mostly in the South, and it's expanding. A new location is set to arrive in North Carolina next year, bringing with it a devoted and growing fan base.
So Buc-ee's is a convenience store gas station, but those words do nothing to actually describe what Buc-ee's is.
Yeah, it's a bit cult-like, but in a fun way.
But what's with all the hype? I mean, how good can a gas station be?
Well, we actually saw it and she crossed 3 lanes of traffic to come over here.
Well, you're at Buc-ee's. You don't know what's going to happen next.
I'm Anissa Khalifa. This is The Broadside, where we tell stories from our home at the crossroads of the South. This week, we take a big old bite out of Buc-ee's.
Okay, I feel a little sick.
My name is Emily Cataneo. I'm a freelance journalist.
As a reporter, Emily has carved out a specialty for telling in-depth stories about quirky subcultures. And recently, The Assembly, an online North Carolina news outlet, came to her with an unusual assignment for her beat.
A reader thought it would be really cool to send a reporter to spend 24 hours in a Buc-ee's. And Kate, my editor, thought, I know just the reporter for such a mission. It was me.
I agree with Kate. What was kind of the main idea that you wanted to explore, or the main question that you wanted to answer?
I think, why Buc-ee's? What is it about this place? I am really fascinated by regional loyalties to brands. I'm puzzled but intrigued by the whole Wawa thing in the Mid-Atlantic. I'm a New Englander, so I get really excited if I see a Dunkin' Donuts. So I guess I wanted to take this time at Buc-ee's and really mull what the fuss is all about.
So Emily grabbed her notepad and hopped in the car to head to the nearest location.
Closest Buc-ee's to Raleigh currently is in Florence, South Carolina, which is about 2 hours, 15 minutes from my house. So pretty easy, just take 40 out to 95, drive on down.
But first, before we go to South Carolina, let's break down what Buc-ee's is exactly.
Originally, it was just a normal convenience store with some gas pumps, but it quickly spread, and these stores became really huge. They sell so much. It's like going into a Walmart that's also a Cracker Barrel, that's also a Wawa. There are so many gas pumps. There are so many bathrooms. It's really brightly lit, bright colors, an array of merchandise, food that people get really excited about, that they go out of their way to get. So yeah, it's kind of a mix of a lot of different kinds of stores, even though it started as a place for travelers to just stop and get a snack and some gas.
So it's transcended its rest stop roots in a way.
I would say so. And there's this cult-like frenzy around it for people who are fans.
And these stores, they are absolutely massive. A typical Buc-ee's has more than 100 gas pumps and takes up tens of thousands of square feet.
The biggest one is like 75,000 square feet.
Insane.
It's crazy.
That's a convenience store larger than a football field, which makes more sense when you consider Buc-ee's origins. Emily says the company started in the early 1980s in a state known for doing things big, Texas.
And people in Texas go crazy for Buc-ee's. I still remember the first time I was in Texas and I saw all these billboards for this mysterious place called Buc-ee's and got really excited not knowing what it was. This was almost 10 years ago at that point.
But hailing from Texas, you'd think it would have some kind of a bull as a mascot. So what's with the beaver?
It was founded in 1982 by a man whose nickname is Beaver. and he named the store Buc-ee's and gave it a beaver mascot. The beaver mascot is named Buc-ee.
And now, Buc-ee the beaver is coming to North Carolina.
This week, crews officially broke ground for North Carolina's first Buc-ee's. The wildly popular gas station chain is expected to open in Mebane during the summer of 2027. The city's mayor says crews are now grading the land in preparation for construction.
For the past 4 years, there has been some controversy over a Buc-ee's that's planned for the I-40, I-85 interchange. So it's going into Mebane, but a lot of people are still upset about it, and a lot of people are excited about it.
Some controversy is putting it lightly. The reaction on the ground to the company's plans here in the Tar Heel state has been heated. And for that, we turn to an expert at the local newspaper.
I'm the managing editor at the News of Orange County. We cover Orange County and part of Mebane.
Dale Edwards has been following the Buc-ee's development in North Carolina from the very beginning. He recently spoke to Broadside editor Jared Walker about all the drama that occurred before a single shovel even hit the ground. Dale says originally the company planned to build on a site near the small town of Efland. Their pitch included significant economic investment.
And they were promising to bring a lot of jobs, about 200 jobs, decent paying jobs, about $15 an hour.
But similarly to scenes that have played out in communities across the country, Dale says nervous locals vocally opposed the project.
There was pushback about kind of retaining the pastoral farmland scenery. There was concern about possible gas contamination getting into like the Eno River watershed. And there was concern about the additional traffic that would be coming into a Buc-ee's. So when it came to a vote by the Board of Orange County Commissioners, they had pushed back and wanted a smaller scale. And Buc-ee's just decided, you know what, we're just not going to do that.
Small isn't really what they do.
Right. And they said, but we haven't lost faith in North Carolina. We will try to work something out to get us in this state. And they came in right next door to Mebane.
In nearby Mebane, only 6 miles away from the original site, they found a more receptive local government. But the community's response was just as divisive.
The meeting to decide whether a popular convenience store, Buc-ee's, will be built in Mebane is still going on. Good evening. Welcome to the Fox 8 10.
We will be looking at traffic like the Saturday before Christmas at Tanger outlets every day of the week.
The fun police have descended on Mebane to make sure that none of that goes on around here.
Positively Charming does not describe a massive gas station that will bring heavy traffic and pollution.
My husband drove me 3 hours on December 15th, which is my birthday, to visit Buc-ee's for the first time. We joked that last year we went to the Biltmore and this year we went to a gas station.
And so, just to kind of give perspective to this, this is a small town paper. Mm-hmm. You cover small issues, typically, that are very local, hyper-local. Yeah. Just how much air has this sucked out of the room?
There's a lot of people with opinions about Buc-ee's. I just think it's weird that so many people have an opinion about a business like this. And there just doesn't seem to be a whole lot of middle ground. And then when you really think about it, it's just a place where you're going to go to get gas. So it's bizarre to me, but I guess in some ways it's kind of bizarre that it even has this kind of following. I don't want to say cult-like because I think that can be negative, but it does seem to have that kind of following, that there are people who just are like, oh, you're getting a Buc-ee's? We're going to be there. I would imagine that there are folks who plan their summer vacation around making stops at Buc-ee's.
Dale, have you been to one of these before?
I have never been to one of these.
This will be your first experience?
This will be my first Buc-ee's experience. It'll be my first rodeo.
And as North Carolinians like Dale wait in anticipation for this roadside rodeo, Emily Cataneo wanted to get the scoop. She's been to a couple of locations before, but never with her reporter hat on.
I had some knowledge under my belt, but there was a lot to learn.
In mid-December, she drove down to Florence, South Carolina with a grand plan.
So originally, I wanted to spend 24 hours. I reached out to the press person, and she said in very quick, short, terse, "We are going to politely decline your request." And I was like, okay. I'm not opposed to doing things that press people tell me not to do, but I didn't really want a lifetime ban from Buc-ee's.
So instead of a 24-hour marathon, Emily came up with a new strategy.
So I decided, since the gas pumps and the many clean bathrooms are a big draw of Buc-ee's for many people, I decided to take the number of gas pumps, which is 120, and the number of bathrooms, which is 54, add them together, and spend 1 minute in the Buc-ee's for every gas pump and 1 minute in the Buc-ee's for every bathroom, which worked out to almost 3 hours.
It's very, very scientific formula.
Yes, indeed.
Were you kind of undercover? Like, what was it like going in there with your reporter's hat on?
You know, I do think I was undercover. I mean, I didn't really get the impression that the staff cared that I was there, but I wasn't supposed to be there. They told me not to be there, so I was breaking the rules. So I just recorded on my iPhone, but it did lend sort of a caper-like energy to the whole affair.
Just ahead, we go undercover with Emily and dive into a feast for the senses.
So much sensory overload. It's kind of like the Louvre. There's never enough time.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies. So you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this episode at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy. Okay, Emily, let's go to Buc-ee's. So you drove down to Florence, South Carolina to spend at least 3 hours in a Buc-ee's. Take us back to that day.
Sure. So pulled up. It was a cold but sunny day in December. It was a Wednesday, but the lot was full. People were coming in and out. And every Buc-ee's on the nation has a bronze statue of Buc-ee in front of the Buc-ee's.
The beaver?
The beaver mascot, yes. I saw a few people taking pictures with it. I took a video with it myself. I noticed you guys checking out the statue, too.
Oh, yeah. Well, she didn't quite realize that there were so many beavers in there because it was their mascot. And so I was pointing out the statue that is their mascot.
I didn't realize Buc-ee was... I just said, are we going to see all the beavers again? She's like, no, that's Buc-ee. That's the mascot.
Yeah. There's a lot to learn about the cult.
Oh, yeah.
I can spend forever in here. There's so much to see.
So you walk through the doors, and the immediate impression is overstimulation, but not in a bad way. I described it in my story as a feast for the senses. It's very brightly lit, and you're immediately assaulted by an array of many, many different brightly colored things that you could buy. And it's a lot of different things. Here we have a Buc-ee's branded gas pump beverage dispenser. Not sure what that is. We have Buc-ee's travel pillows. Okay, that makes a lot of sense, actually. A lot of the stuff is Buc-ee branded. There are Buc-ee's frisbees, Buc-ee's blankets, Buc-ee's coolers, a variety of Buc-ee's garments.
Oh, Bigfoot shirt, of course. Never gonna pass that up. A lot of flip-flops.
You can buy a fancy colander. You could buy furs. You could buy knives, like weapon knives, not cutlery knives.
I mean, this doesn't sound like any convenience store that I've ever heard of in my life.
No, I mean, it is convenient for people.
Anything you want was in there. It reminds me of a bigger Walmart.
I like that you can just do everything. You can get your gas, you can grab your lunch, you can get snacks for later.
I knew I wanted to talk to people to see what had brought them to that Buc-ee's on that day. So, is this your first time in a Buc-ee's?
It actually is.
Oh, okay, cool. And I see that you bought a Buc-ee beaver.
I actually got it for my girlfriend.
Oh, nice.
She kind of likes beavers, so I said, "You get me one." section. I knew about the clothes, I knew about the merch, normal gas station things, but I did not realize that you could come in here and buy deli meat.
So the beef jerky is really good.
Which flavor, though?
I like to mix it up. And then my kids really like the Buc-ee nuggets. I think it's like some type of popcorn snack or something.
Oh, yeah. I knew I needed to try some of Buc-ee's food because that's something that people talk about a lot when they talk about Buc-ee's, specifically the beaver nuggets. So here we go. I'm going to try one. Beaver nuggets are, I think they're like corn puffs covered in caramel and sugar. There's a lot of different flavors of them.
Oh, it's sweet. It's not like a chicken nugget.
Exactly. It's sweet. I see why it's so popular. It's not quite my thing. There's like a fried sugar coating on it that I would prefer to be salty. But I understand why these inspire devotion.
Beaver nuggets are by no means the only Buc-ee's delicacy. It's also known for its brisket and an entire wall devoted to jerky.
So, the jerky wall. There are all different kinds of jerky. People I talked to were impressed that they offer turkey jerky as well as beef jerky for those who don't eat red meat. And the jerky had all sorts of different flavors. Western style peppered. They have lemon peppered. They have mesquite peppered. They have steakhouse. They have bohemian garlic. They have Korean barbecue, cherry maple, sweet and spicy.
Emily doesn't eat meat, so no jerky for her. But she still got her fair share of food and snacks.
I got a veggie burrito, which was pretty good. They had pimento cheese in it, which gave it a nice kick. Mm-hmm. And then some really nice gummy peach rings flavored with like a Mexican spice kind of blend. So that was, and the horseradish pickle chips. Those were also really good.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
It was great. Honestly, it was great. I wish I could eat some right now.
That sounds really, I want to try them.
I'm into this. I like these peach rings. This is great. I like these. Buc-ee's, you really deliver on snacks, I gotta say.
So, in total, how would you rate the culinary experience of Buc-ee's?
I think I'm going to say 3.5 nuggets out of 5. I wish they had fake meat so I could have tried the flavoring on the brisket and the jerky and such. The vegetarian option, while limited to just one, was pretty good. The snacks are something else. There are so many options, and as somebody who loves snacks while road tripping, I really appreciate the variety, the breadth and depth of what they have on offer there.
Okay. I mean, it seems like there's a lot available that you wouldn't normally be able to get, like on the side of the highway.
Absolutely.
So when it was all said and done, Emily left Buc-ee's with a full stomach, some selfies with Buc-ee the bronze beaver statue, and some souvenirs as keepsakes.
Almost bought a shirt that had a reindeer and a raccoon wrestling in a pile of Christmas lights and said festive but feral. Almost bought that one. I ended up buying a onesie for my daughter that is like Grinch green but has Buc-ee in red and white all over it.
I've got to pick up some of that seasonal merch.
Exactly. I'll go back for Easter.
So now that you've been to this one, but also to a few, like, what do you think? Do we need a Buc-ee's in North Carolina?
We don't need a Buc-ee's. Need. Emphasis on the word need. We absolutely do not need one. I don't think anybody needs this place. Look, I had a great time at Buc-ee's. I love kitsch, and I love seeing people happy about stupid, silly things. You know, I talk to people from all walks of life who are just like, I'm happy about this stupid, silly thing. And frankly, I think we need stupid, silly things to be happy about. On the other hand, mega gas stations are really destructive. And yeah, it's easy for me to say, you know what? Why not just let people smile and get excited about a silly, haunting-looking bronze beaver? But I don't live in Mebane.
I'm sure it's going to be quite the thing for a little bit.
Back at the News of Orange County, journalist Dale Edwards is also weighing the pros and cons with Jared.
If you see a Buc-ee's and you know that their bathrooms are spotless, hey, we're going to stop and take the kids to the bathroom there.
And in a roundabout way, they're like, it's a perpetual cycle because they're eating brisket and beaver nuggets, and they're going to have to go to the bathroom
again. Maybe even before they leave that store. It's big.
Last question. Do you think America needs a Walmart-sized gas station?
Yeah, I would say no. Does America need a Walmart-sized Walmart? I don't know. I would say no. I just can't imagine having that kind of a need.
But Dale, they've got every kind of beef jerky known to man in there.
Okay. But again, does anyone need to know all that? I mean, I don't know.
So Dale and Emily agree. Buc-ee's isn't something any of us need. But at the same time, it has an incredible hold on people. So why is that?
I think it reminds us why consumerism works, because branding works, because people like to find something that acts as some sort of signifier of who they are and what they like and get excited about it. Like how I have a Dunkin' Donuts Christmas ornament on my tree. I think it shows that people like to associate themselves with like a symbol, or they like to be part of something. And sometimes in our day and age, that can look like taking selfies with a bronze beaver and collecting Buc-ee shirts from different holidays. And that's why capitalism works, kids.
Thank you, Emily.
Thanks so much for having me.
If you want to check out Emily's reporting on Buc-ee's for the Assembly, we've dropped a link to it in our show notes. This episode featured recordings from WCNC in Charlotte and WGHP in the Piedmont Triad. This episode of The Broadside was produced by Charlie Shelton Ormond and Jared Walker. It was edited by Jared Walker. Our executive producer is Wilson Sayre. Broadside is a production of WUNC North Carolina Public Radio and is part of the NPR network. If you have feedback or a story idea, you can email us at broadside@wunc.org. If you enjoyed the show, leave us a rating, a review, or share it with a friend. I'm Anissa Khalifa. Thanks for listening, y'all. We'll be back next week.
Pluto TV has thousands of free movies and TV shows.
What?
This is the mindset.
Free.
This is the mantra.
Free.
This is the mindset. With movies like Joe Dirt, Pixels, and 50 First Dates. This is awesome. And TV shows like Survivor, SpongeBob SquarePants, The Fairly Odd Parents, and Ghosts. Pluto TV is always free.
Huzzah!
Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
You're welcome.